Oh, Ion, you're going to take the risky route through.
Holy smokes, guys. This is going to be a nightmare of a corpse recovery. There's no res. Welcome back to the world of Old-School EverQuest, Project 1999 Green Server. Link for the last episode will be in the comments and descriptions. Let's go. Picking back up from the last episode, I just got to level 18, where I get the second song that supercharges my ability to solo, and I put it to good use. Levels 19 through 23, all quickly done in the Lake of Ill Omen, pulling a bunch of skeletons and then slowly dotting them to death while running in circles. Pro tip, the best bards pop nausea medicine like candy. And this is where I stopped playing P99 for a long time. I went on to make a series on the Jelinek server and it didn't go so great in the end. Word of advice, don't join the Zerg guild. They take anybody, i.e. the trash vultures don't even want. Then I checked the EverQuest 2 progression server, Varsoon. It has been a blast, but it's while between expansions, so I played some P99 in the meantime, and boy, I picked a great time to come back.
I am Blaze official. What's up, man? Put out great quality stuff. Thank you. Some of the best streams you've seen. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
I checked out Twitch one night and saw Level Up Larry playing a 20-something shaman, and guess where? Right where I last parked level 23 Aeonic 8 to 9 months ago. I can group with him? So I log on, and to my surprise, he lets me in the group.
Oh man, we got a bard up in this bad boy right here. All right, who needs buffs?
That first night was so much fun, and I find out he's going to play again next night. Sweet. He was doing a series called Legacy of Ick. So Level Up Larry was playing a shaman named Groza, and the tank Syriax, they both signed up for the permadeath part. If they die, they have to delete their character and start over again from scratch. The stream ends, so I got from 18 to 23, but I never bothered to pick up the new songs, and they're important. Level 19 gives me group invisibility. High pass will no longer be a problem like it was last episode. I get the first mana song at 20, which is huge for casters, and a combined snare slow song at 23. Just a little problem though. It took 5 hours to get them. The songs were spread all over the place, and I just forgot how friggin' long you have to wait for the boat in this game. It really picks up the second day we group. Level Up Larry had something like 100 people watching him on Twitch, and then I had 20 to 30 on YouTube. So this is a huge event EQ-wise. I get to level 24 by killing monsters with them at the Sarnak Fort, and this is a spot that Reptox dominated way back in the day. So shout out to Flats, Reptox. Doesn't make videos anymore, but his series is what got me and many other people back into EQ. At the Sarnak Fort, the new songs were helpful immediately. When many monsters get below 20% health, they like to flee, they like to run away, and especially they like to run into their friends for help. So pretty soon you'll get like 2, 3, 4 buddies fighting you, and you're gonna die. To further complicate things, some of these Sarnaks are shaman that'll give their friends a run speed buff, so they'll run away crazy fast. If you land a snare on them, the fleeing mobs can't run away when they get low health. Bard Snare made this camp a lot less stressful. In EverQuest, it isn't enough to beat a mob down, you gotta finish the fight too. I forgot how hard this game is. No map, everything hits like a truck, everything is trying to kill you, huge penalty for dying, takes forever to travel, and you need help to do anything significant. Classic EverQuest is for masochists, but at the same time, the stakes are everything. I've never played an MMO that's this terrifying, but exhilarating at the same time. Everything is so hard-earned that any success feels great. Day 3. Teaming up again with Level Up Larry, but I got put into a hard spot. They want to check out a camp in Swamp of No Hope, but I'm camped out in Lake Ill-Omen. Okay, speak English please, who cares? I have 2 ways to go to the Swamp of No Hope. They're both incredibly dangerous. I don't know if I can even do it. Option A, I run through Furion Vi. I have bad memories of Furion Vi. There are many mobs that are 10 to 20 levels higher than me and kill on sight. Shouldn't be that bad, right? Because I got Invis now. No. There are these level 30 something Froglock Shaman that haunt me to this day. They run crazy fast because they got a run speed buff, they see through Invis, huge aggro radius, combined in a zone that's so hilly you can't see what's right in front of you. And worst of all, you try to run away, they'll root you in place. I had one day on P99 Blue that was so bad, I won't forget it. I died 3 to 4 times just because of these shaman. They are that bad. Okay, so what's option B? I can run through the Ixar home city of Cabalus, where everything wants to kill me and everything can one-shot me. If something sees Invis, I am dead. But it's a shorter run, and there's not much that can see Invis. So I did option B, live on stream. It didn't go bad. It was a very short run, and I met up with the Legacy of It crew, and we killed some Ixar exiles in the Swamp of No Hope. Wasn't a great experience for them, so they got antsy real quick. We move again to what was supposed to be option A. We kill some monsters in Furion Vi, but they got antsy again because there wasn't enough mobs to kill, and many of them were too high level. The thing is, it'd be faster and safer if I just soloed all the way to max level. That's how good swarm kiting is. It's way more efficient than grouping, but it's less fun. You know what really makes EQ such a special game is the drama you deal with in groups. So my goal with these videos, I want to show mostly grouping, but then there's a point where I kind of get bored of a zone. I've seen all the camps, I've done everything I want to do, and I'm just going to have to stay there for a few more levels. That part just sucks. That's probably when I'll solo so I can move on to the next zone. But, oh boy, we're going to get some drama real soon in this group. The group decides to move again, but to the most dangerous zone I've ever seen. Great idea for a permadeath stream, right? This zone is so difficult that nobody ever uses it. You get a big experience bonus for being here, but that's not good enough. So we got a problem again. I need to get to the Warslicks Woods from the Swamp of No Hope zone line in Furion Vi. Option A, I can run through Furion Vi, risking getting caught by those Froglock Shaman to get to Lake of Ill-Omen, and then from there it's easy. It's a long run though. Option B, pushing my luck. Zone into Swamp of No Hope, go through Kill on Sight Cabalus again, except I have to go through a lot more Cabalus this time to eventually end up in the Warslicks Woods. Let's do option B again. Heck yeah. The run through Swamp of No Hope is terrifying. Bad line of sight, bodies of water everywhere that makes it hard to run away, pathing monsters of great danger. EverQuest loves to have these, in quotations, low-level zones that have wandering, high-level monsters that can one-shot you. I'm talking about you North Corona Griffins. There's a gypsy camp you can bind at, and there's these high-level mobs that just love to constantly go right through it. The danger is ever-present. I get to Cabalus and hope, again, nothing sees Invis, but I have more to go here. Again, guys, there's no maps. You gotta figure out how to get from point A to point B on your own. I got 30 people watching me live on stream, pulling over on the side of the road, opening up the road atlas and asking for direction. You know, finger crossed and going the right way. So what you see me doing is conning everything to make sure I'm still indifferent. It'll tell me if a guard sees through the Invis. But I can't check every corner before taking it. So I reach the zone line to the other side of Cabalus, and then this happens.
Oh no, oh no. Here we go. I'm in the water, I don't know how to get up, and there's everything wants to kill me. How are we? Okay. Okay. So I think we have to go north to get to Warsax Woods. We're going northwest.
Then this part is what concerned me the most.
Where?
I am right next to the Necro Guild. There has to be stuff that can see invis.
Okay. Please nothing see me. Please nothing see me. Please nothing see me. Okay, oh my god. Yeah, because the Necro Guild should be able to see me. Oh, northwest. I'm still good. I'm still good. Okay, I'm good there. These two can't see. Okay, I'm probably fine. Holy smokes. We are in Warsax Woods. We made it through. Man, these guys tested me twice. Oh crap, oh crap. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. I got aggroed as soon as I came in. Let's try the other way. The baby's feeling the tension. Please no die. Okay, I'm good so far. That guy aggroed. Indifferent.
So I get through. Warsax Woods is another terrible zone. Dark, even hillier, with random wanderers. So I run all the way to the other side of the zone and make it to Dalnir. Nobody goes here, for a good reason.
This should be Dalnir right here. Holy smokes. We made it.
I don't even bother pulling, because everything is 5 to 10 levels higher than me. Every lull will get resisted and me killed. It's a long way back. And another problem with Dalnir is there's no way out. If you go too far, the only way out is through. You can't go back. I'm going to fast forward to the drama. Level Up Larry predicted what was going to happen. Our puller got a mage rooted him, then nuked him to death.
Oh, Jockum died.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ghost Dads, what's up?
Game
Welcome.
over.
Welcome to the stream. You just say tonight that you wish people would do down here. Well, here we are. We're in down here. Oh man. And we had a death. Jocker is not, he's not permadeath. He is part of the optional. But a bet is a bet is a bet, y'all. And you can blame Jock. Will someone die in Dalnir? The answer is yes.
And it gets even better. Half an hour later, I had to step away to feed my crying baby, and this was a disaster.
All right, we have a necromancer here, or Shadow Knight. I'm assuming it's a necro since it did the harm touch.
It flees at low health, and then this happens.
Is it dead? Oh, zone. If you're still in the zone, you're gonna be dead. You're gonna be dead. What happened? The mob glitched. The mob glitched through the floor. All right, we got Tars, we got Ionic, we got Syriax, we got Messy Necro. Okay, we got everybody. Everybody's accounted for. This entrance areas can get real funky because these mobs can glitch down to the second floor and then pull all these Sarnacs up. And that's what just happened. Once you see a Sarnac at zone in, it's you go. Look at that. Ionic just got back from putting his baby in the crib. What timing.
We also get revenge. We move up and pull the same mage that killed Jockum a few minutes ago. It was a fight. It AoE nuked the crap out of us. Playing it close with permadeath challenge, you know. I changed songs mid-fight for resists. We beat the guy, and the stream ended not long after. I stopped playing again for months. I got my binge of EQ2, I played its remake of The Plane of Sky, and the Continent of Fadewar being rediscovered, 2 separate expansions. A lot of fun. Now, speaking of Fadewar, we're gonna go there real soon. The Estate of Unrest. Can't wait to show you guys the EQ2 version of the zone. The first night I go here, I get into a group at a camp called Fireplace. It's on the 2nd level of this haunted mansion. Really solid group, one of the best ones I had over the few days I played here. Unfortunately, I barely got to enjoy it. So I got to 25 here, and I end up taking over pulling, and I pulled something I shouldn't have. I'm so used to the easier versions of this game that I forgot to respect how difficult P99 is. I pulled this named ghoul called the Priest of Nagina and thought nothing of it. Until, BAM! Half of my health is gone to 1 nuke. This mob is at least 5 levels higher than me. If a mob cons red to you, it means business in P99. 2 nukes happen. I'm at 5% health and quickly get dropped. Welcome back, rookie. We had a cleric in the group, so I don't need to run all the way back, right? I waited a few minutes for a res from them, and then, clerics don't get their first res until level 29, and our cleric was in their low 20s. Damn. Fortunately, a pally nearby, he was trying to get some drop for the Ghoulbane quest. He rezzed me, but it was a 0% res, so I lost all that experience for nothing. A bit later, we be stretched to the limits again. I go to pull a mob upstairs and unintentionally get an ad from the adjacent room, which is no big deal, yeah? Then a respawn happens in camp. 2 extra. Okay, my mez is AoE, so no big deal. Then 2 more mobs come out of nowhere. 4 extra. Here we go. I'm playing this AoE mez over and over because it only lasts 6 seconds and it gets resisted all the time. And it turns into a huge problem. You see that each time I cast it, it builds a lot of aggro on these mobs, and tanks at this low level can barely hold aggro, let alone rip things off of you. So my squishy self is taking all the beating and getting interrupted constantly while I'm trying to refresh mez. I fall lower and lower on health. It's getting serious. If the healers don't keep me alive, we're gonna wipe when the mez breaks. Fortunately, we were able to pull through at the end. I just love how crowd control works in this game. It's such a dramatic feature, and I'm sad to see it missing in later MMOs. The group goes on for a while. I get about halfway through level 25, and I call it there. Next day doesn't go so well. I pick up again in Unrest on a Saturday. It was weird. It's prime time hours, and we could barely find anybody to group with, but we made do. Shout out to Wacky Ports here. He was streaming on Twitch all Saturday while here. It first started out with me pulling. We had a ranger tank and a druid healer. Ranger did an excellent job of holding aggro off me. This snare slow song I'm using is a big aggro generator, but it's just too good not to use. The debuff on it makes the mobs swing slower, so a tank will take less damage, thus a healer can save mana. They don't need to heal as much. So I killed my first named here in Unrest, the Undead Barkeep, and he dropped a really nice Charisma earring. That's the stat that helps out my charms and mezzes and lulls work much better. Should help me get less resists when I use them, but that's gonna be a problem real soon. The druid helped me split the barkeep room just up the stairs. The problem here is if I tag a mob from this room, everything will aggro and will die. So my job is to use lulls so I can bring 1 mob at a time. Lulls, what they do, they lower the awareness of a mob so they don't join the fight when you pull their buddy that's standing right next to them. But I didn't know this about druids. So the problem with Bard Lull is it can get critically resisted. That'll aggro the mob, and then all the buddies nearby will come at you. And this is especially bad if you're lower level than the mobs you're trying to lull. It's even more likely for that resist to occur. And the Barkeep room has like 6 to 7 mobs in it that are all much higher than me. So it's too dangerous for me to even think about pulling this room. But druids also have a lull with a twist. It can't be resisted. I did not know that. I think it's called Harmony. It's an AoE lull that can only be used in outdoor zones. Yeah, this is an outdoor zone, even though it doesn't look like it. The druid casted Harmony, and I easily pulled singles out of the room. The group changed a bit over time. Our ranger left. We got an enchanter to bite us through. Charm pets by enchanters are pretty strong, but it struggled to keep aggro off me. Eventually we get another ranger to come in to tank and a second druid, and it goes well until I get EverQuested. I made a bad mistake here. I go to pull a mob from this upper room, and I thought they're just run-of-the-mill skeletons. But nope. They were big red cons, so I get a critical low resist, and then everything aggroes. 3 mobs start beating on me. I get an AoE mez cast off, but it doesn't work because 2 of them are red cons. Just get resisted. And then, great timing, you know, Enchanter Charm knows right when to break, breaks right around this time. So I end up taking a dirt nap, nothing the healers could have done, 10% experience lost, maybe 15 to 20 minutes of work. No res, so to add insult to injury, another 10 plus minutes wasted in the long run back. Dagnor's Cauldron in the dark, but it goes without incident. I get my corpse back, all good. We kill the second named I've seen in Unrest, the Reclusive Ghoul Magi. Not too bad. He dropped gloves that had some plus mana stat on them for mage classes. Maybe an hour into it, we finally have a full group. A rogue filled up that last spot, but it wouldn't last long. I think the tank rage quit after this. So my good old buddy, Priest of Gina, spawned again. I knew better than to pull him myself. I learned this time. I had the tank pull it. He just gets wrecked. We can barely damage it before the healers burn out all their mana, and we just have to run for our lives. Train to the exit. Everybody gets out, except for the backup druid who dies right at the finish line. Oh, horrible luck. Then the tank just drops from the group without a word. So we eventually recover, but couldn't find anybody to tank, and I end up tanking, kinda. We get a third druid, and I'm using the snare slow slung to sort of hold aggro. It really reduced how quickly my health dropped. I was getting hit really hard each swing, but the swings were slower, so it was more manageable. We get those redcon skellies to spawn again upstairs, so the druid harmonies to help me split it apart, and then we crush it without a tank. We kill both of those redcons, actually. So this unoptimal group somehow goes okay. I get to 99% experience. I am 1 kill away from the next level, and I get screwed so hard. I get help with Druid Harmony to split open the Barkeep room. The Barkeep is up. Sweet, maybe I can get another Charisma earring, you know? I pull this werebat alone, but wandering on the stairs right behind us is a redcon zombie. And I'm trying to mez this werebat while the group focuses on the zombie, and she obliterates me with nukes. And both mobs just keep resisting mez and dead again. Another 10% experience lost. I lost 20% experience in one day. Over an hour's worth of grinding lost for nothing. In fact, I almost made no progress at all this day. Level Up Larry, if you're watching, you are crazy for playing this game permadeath. You die for the stupidest reasons. Why is this game so hard? I pick back up the next day in Unrest, and it goes so much better. I quickly get a group in the highest level camp and zone, the basement. Crazy good DPS we got here with 2 rogues, and I meet up again with Wacky Ports, and he happened to be streaming again on Twitch. I finally get that level 26 ding that had been such a problem the day before. 26 gives me an AoE fear. It's a really useful song for soloing caster mobs. A while later, I see Garanal Ruxif, the last name mob of the zone, this ghost dwarf. He can drop some strength rings and some really nice boots. He spawned twice while I was here, and I only saw the strength rings. This camp has some of the nastiest mobs in zone. You have mortuary funguses, which cast an AoE slow that makes all melee classes just suck. They also like to flee into their buddies, so you gotta snare them at low health. You have these tentacle terrors, which have one of the coolest models in game, I think. I love their model. They can proc a knockback that kicks you halfway across the frickin' room, so it's best to put your back against a wall so you don't get thrown into another mob. They also flee at low health, I think, so you gotta snare them too. And the worst, my nightmare the other day, the Festering Hags. They are these higher level wizards that will root you before you get back to camp, and they will shred you with huge nukes. Anytime a hag was pulled, our DPS always focused on them first. I swapped up my song twist a bit. I played a resist song just to mitigate the nuke damage a bit. It did seem to help. I eventually get to level 27, strangely no incident. 27 is where bards see a huge power boost. You get a charm song that can take over enemies to fight on your side for around 18 seconds. And it costs no mana. It's really strong DPS and great crowd control. Great in groups and great for soloing. You know, I felt power once when I got to charm one of those Festering Hags to nuke a tentacle terror to death. It's amazing. I did a test stream really late at night with these same guys, and that's why the video quality of this part isn't as good. It went smooth for the most part, but there were a few hiccups. We had 3 mobs randomly aggro us from behind, and I tried my best to mez, but it didn't work out so well.
Oh, whoa. Uh-oh, I'm probably gonna go down here. I would not be surprised if I go down. Come on, please heal me, please. Oh well.
Long run back, 6 minutes, but the stream got some attention from some of my fans, and some nice people came by to help out.
I did not know.
Strude gave us some buffs, big hit point buffs, and a dwarf cleric came by to give those of us who died a 96% res. I finally got one of those 10% EXP losses back. About time. Thank you guys so much for the help. I might need to stream more often, as it looks like. A while later, I finally get to level 28. I can finally replace this junk mez I've been using with a much better one. Towards the end of the night, I get antsy and I start to pull a bit, but I really shouldn't have. I take this final death as a cue to, it's time to log off. So I think after so many deaths here, I lost around half a level's worth of experience, arguably 4 to 5 hours of grinding for nothing. The experience loss is one of the worst features of old school EQ. I want to show you another way the game is punishing. Coin has weight. So if you have too much coin, you can get encumbered, you'll run slower, and your defense goes down. You can even die from falling. If you're encumbered and take fall damage, it gets magnified or something. So there's a trick to managing it. I ran out of unrest to go to the center island of Dagnor's Cauldron, where there's this merchant who sells rogue poison ingredients. What you can do to cut down on coin weight is vendor arbitrage. So I bought these 5 gold suspensions to get rid of all the excess change in my inventory, the copper, the silver, the gold. I was able to sell the suspensions for just a 2 silver loss each. So I'm losing a small bit of money, but it's to reduce my weight down by 10 pounds by consolidating all that chump change into platinum. An opportunity presented itself, and I had to strike fast. I saw one of the most popular EQ streamers in Lower Guck one night, Barthorn, does these solo-only self-found series, and he was leveling up a cleric and camping some rare drop. In the future, I'd like to solo in the Over There, but there's a big problem with it. The banks and the vendors there in the Over There are evil Alliance, and I'm good Alliance. But there's a way to fix that. I asked Barthorn if he could help me get that fix, so I got a port down to South Row, and I ran into Guck. Terrible dungeon to navigate without a map, so I had to get to him by experience. Learned it by pulling here years ago on Mangler. Then I hit a brick wall once I got into Lower Guck. There was a plan though. Most of Lower Guck is undead and can see through my Invis song. Fortunately, the first part of the zone was cleared, but I went down the wrong path eventually and aggroed some mobs. Ate a death here, really nasty death. Intentionally. All I had to do was get as close to him as possible. He threw on his Invis to undead spell, pulled my corpse to a safe spot, and rezzed me back. All according to plan. A few minutes later, I got what I came for. Thank you so much, Barthorn. The Ghoul Assassin spawned and dropped a very special mask that every EQ player knows. The Dark Elf Illusion Mask. That will solve my faction issue when I'm trying to sell stuff in the Over There later. Barthorn gave me an Invis versus Undead, and I was able to safely get out of Guck with the item I wanted, home free. Thank you so much, man. Next order of business was to go to a secret soloing spot I found years ago on P99 Blue, but that'll be for another day. Thank you so much for watching.